Во тема на денот, како што најавив, мој гостин Армен Григорјан, постојан представник на УНДП во земјава. Welcome. Thank you for being with us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
You're celebrating 30 years of UNDP in Macedonia. Looking back, what would you say was the most important thing you did for the country in the 30 years working here?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. Indeed, this year we celebrate 30 years of partnership and 30 years of success story in this country. In fact, UNDP started here with only 4 people, and now we are a sizable team of almost 80 professionals. Only 2 internationals, all of them, other colleagues are national staff from this country. Perhaps I would like to bring maybe a few examples of, because it's very difficult to identify one most important activity that we are doing. We started in '98 with a project that was clean and green, cleaning and greening the riverside of the Vardar River in the city of Skopje. This was one of our first and very successful interventions, and even now when I walk alongside the river, I kind of connect myself to what was done 30 years ago by my colleagues. The other important early intervention is that UNDP in fact supported the establishment of Ministry of Environment in this country. And this was something that we are very proud until now. Ministry of Environment is a big partner for UNDP until now. Perhaps 2-3 other examples that I would like to highlight is our work at municipal level, because around 70% of our work is in fact outside of city of Skopje in municipalities, but we also consider Skopje as one of the municipalities as well. One of our environmental long-standing initiatives is coming from the region of Prespa Lake. We started in 2007 there, and we are continuing now with several environmental activities, but also business generation, tourism development, and perhaps the flagship initiative in the Prespa region is that we are building a border cross point between North Macedonia and Greece. Markova Noga, yes. And this is, I think, opens or will open so many economic, social, environmental, cultural opportunities for those regions that around Prespa Lake. And finally, I would like to perhaps highlight the national development strategy of this country that is designed with the help of UNDP, and we are also a very happy and proud partner of the government of the country in supporting them in the implementation of the national development strategy.
I will ask you more about some of these projects later on. You work across different areas, from ecology and digitalization to local democracy and employment. Which project would you single out as the strongest proof that UNDP brings systematic change and not just short-term results?
In all our interventions in North Macedonia, especially in the last decade, we are aiming to provide systemic support to ensure the sustainability of the process after we leave the project. Because what we are trying to do is to develop the capacity and develop the ownership of our national partners. So we can, this approach we are using in all our interventions, and it will be very difficult to identify 1 or 2 for me. But for example, we have implemented a very sizable flood protection project in the Polog region of the country after the devastating floods of 2015, where after we finished, we tried to establish a system that will carry on the activities aiming at increasing the resilience of this part of the country. For example, we established an intermunicipal cooperation council bringing together 9 municipalities in that part of the country that regularly discuss the issues related to resilience and protection from floods and protection from other disasters.
That's very, very important. You mentioned different projects, but let's say we take the self-employment as an example. You say this program created around 14,000 new jobs. How do you ensure that these businesses are sustainable after the project has ended and these open jobs stay on the market?
In fact, we have designed the methodology jointly with our national counterparts, which is in this case the Employment Service Agency, Ministry of Economy, Ministry of Social Welfare, where we track the success rate of the companies, startups and individuals that we support. And one of the ways that we are ensuring their success rate is that we work with them for the next 5 years after we provide the initial support, and we basically walk with them. Hand by hand we walk with them, and I am very happy and proud to announce that success rate is around 70%. And the remaining 30% is mostly people who leave the country. So whoever stays here are very successful in what we are supporting them with.
Yes. Environmental protection, you have already mentioned, also disaster resilience are kind of part of the DNA of your organization. You mentioned the Prespa project and reintroduction of deer in Galicica, which is a nice symbol of restored nature. What's next on UNDP's green agenda in Macedonia?
Indeed, Galicica is a very exciting intervention that we did. I went to see the deers myself. It's fascinating. There is a short documentary that we produced on this, which I highly recommend for the viewers of your TV channel, TV company to look. On the green agenda, on environmental agenda today, perhaps I would like to highlight two initiatives. First one is tackling air pollution in the city of Skopje. We know, I also live in the city. I've gone through 3 winters now and the 4th one is approaching. We know that the air quality in the city requires improvement. And we work with the Ministry of Environment, with municipalities, with City of Skopje to address this issue. In the first phase of this program, we have improved indoor and outdoor quality of air in around 130 households, 1 school and 1 preschool, mostly in Lisice and Aerodrome. Yes. We are now expanding this to 5 other cities, Kumanovo, Struga, Kavadarci, Strumica and Gostivar. And these are the municipalities where, according to our calculations and source apportionment studies as they are called, the quality of air is not very good as well. We are discussing now with the Ministry of Environment and other partners possibility of not only geographically expanding this but also scaling up in the city of Skopje for more parts of the city.
Right now UNDP is involved in the implementation of the National Development Strategy 2024-2044, the country's first long-term vision. What makes this strategy different from the previous documents that it's very common that they only stay on paper?
Yeah. I think there are several factors there. First, I think it's really a state-of-the-art document which was developed with support of a large group of international experts, specifically experts on 6 priority areas, experts on SDGs, experts on EU accession-related issues. Second factor that I would like to highlight is the participatory methodology that was used to design the National Development Strategy. We have included approximately 16,000 people in person to design the National Development Strategy in different parts of the country, in different social groups. We had a special group for youth, special group for people with disabilities, for minorities, for returnees, etc., etc. So this is a very representational, so to say, document. And the third factor that I think makes this very special is a very strong ownership of the government. In fact, when the Parliament was adopting the law on the National Development Strategy, it was a transitional Parliament between the previous government and this government. We had the highest number of votes from all parties that are represented in the Parliament to support this initiative. And we are very happy to see that the current government is very strongly positioning itself as a leader and owner of this strategy.
Yes, that's very important to ensure political continuity, having in mind that this document, this strategy spans 20 years and government constantly changes. Do Macedonian institutions, in your opinion, have the capacity to continue all of these projects that you are doing in partnership once the donor support ends?
I think, again, maybe three things that I would like to highlight there. The capacities need to be adjusted to the current objectives and needs. And the objectives and needs may vary. So we can say that, for example, to achieve the objective number 1, we have the right capacities. But to achieve the objective number 2, we probably need to grow a little bit the capacities. So the capacity development is an integral part of our involvement with any national project, in fact, in this country. And my understanding is that, we have examples where we close projects, we do the handover to the national institutions, and they are successfully continuing. And this is our objective and our hope that this will continue with all other initiatives that we are implementing. Because the ownership, the way that we want to position ownership, we start working with our partners from the very beginning. It's not that we implement the project and in the end we just hand over it to national institutions. Starting from the design stage, we bring national partners and work with them. So it is in fact what they want to do, not only what we want to do.
Yes, that's very important. Well, UNDP has implemented projects worth over $230 million, which is a huge amount of money for a small country like ours. Who are your biggest partners and how do you build trust with donors?
Okay, we have long-standing partners, institutional partners that are working with us and walking with us and helping us to help the country for all the 3 decades that we work. Perhaps on the international scene that are actively supporting UNDP now, I would like to mention Swedish government through SIDA, Swedish International Development Agency, Swiss government through Swiss Development Cooperation. We have very good partnership relations with the UK government, with Slovak government, etc. On the side of the bilateral, so to say, partners, we have very strong commitment from the government of North Macedonia. In fact, government of North Macedonia is one of our bigger donors. The third category is perhaps multilateral institutions. In addition to UNDP core funding, we have very good support from EU delegation, European Union, here in Skopje, but also from international financial institutions such as EBRD, European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. They are very strong partners of UNDP.
You're marking this anniversary across the whole country with activities in different regions and municipalities. Why was it important to celebrate it this way and not only with a huge cocktail in the capital?
As I said in the beginning, 70% of what we do is in the regions, in different parts of the country. And by celebrating it in these regions, all regions, development and planning regions of the country, we wanted to thank our partners. Cocktail is not a bad idea, but I think we wanted to thank our partners and the people that we work with, because behind every successful project there is a human story. And these people are there, these are our colleagues, partners, friends, and sometimes they become already friends as well. And we wanted to celebrate it with them. After organizing these events in 7 planning regions of the country, now the last one will happen in Skopje, the concluding event of our marathon with the speed of sprint. We are aiming at the end of November, and this is where we would like to invite all our friends and partners to celebrate together and to thank them all.
Well, Mr. Grigorjan, you've been here in Macedonia since 2021. How do you see the country today? What are the biggest challenges for us? And what would you say to young people who are thinking about leaving Macedonia?
Indeed, today marks exactly 4 years since I arrived in North Macedonia, and I have been staggered with the warmth and welcomeness of the people of this country. As one of the very important factors that also makes your work also pleasure is the people of this country. The nature is beautiful, food is good, but people, I think, make a whole lot of difference. What I would suggest or advise the younger generation is that you have a beautiful country. And as JFK said once, it's not what the country did for you, it's what you did for your country. So you have a lot of opportunities in this country, use them. Provide for your country and benefit from it. I think the opportunities are vast, opportunities are there. It's a matter of finding them, it's a matter of working and making an effort to reach your dream, to reach your objectives.
Well, Mr. Grigorjan, thank you very much for being part of our newscast. Congratulations on the 30 years and good luck with your future activities.
Vi благодарам. Thank you very much.
Благодарам.